um like are what did I how did I put it in another article, like necessarily skilled at evading detection, because like um how was I trying to, I mean, when your very presence is perceived as a safety threat, then of course you have to be like you have to know how to operate in a way that doesn't give you away like that. Which another, like I just saw, I think it was this morning, that someone lost their bank account for being trans.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was Texas sent a letter that was like, because of your lifestyle choice, we've decided to close your account. And I think the reason was that they tried to change the name on their bank account from like one gendered name to another one, and whatever bank was, I'll try to find the post later. But like, there's this weird trust in institutions that so many people have that we've never, I was gonna say we've never had the luxury of having, but now I'm like, we've never been delusional enough to have.
Right.
That like, and that we've embedded in our, Lucy, in our lives in like so many ways, or that, I mean, lots of people have embedded. I mean, I guess I'm like, I don't know. I'm also like, I've been doxxed so many times. I'm like, fine, you could know my bank. It's Chase. Like, but I mean, like, because no one, like literally no one wants us anywhere, then we've gotten bizarrely good at hiding ourselves.
Yeah, and I think that's important, and I think that a lot more women are going to have to start doing that as, you know, these laws start passing. And I think also one of the biggest things is keep your circle small. Because I don't think people understand, like, especially with the abortion bans that are going around, so many of them, and like, in order for them to work, your neighbors are going to have to snitch on you. Your family members are going to have to snitch on you. Like, and I think people still have not come to terms with how many people are willing to snitch on you. And I think that that's going to be like the biggest downfall of a lot of people who are trying to get abortions or trying to get some sort of, reproductive health care, things like that. It's because, like, and even outside of abortions, you see it too with like the LGBTQ laws that are being passed, right? Where, like, what is it in Florida now? Like, if a student like says that they're trans or they request a different name, you have to tell their parents, right? You know, like, those sort of things. And it's like, I don't think people realize how many people are willing to snitch on you.
Exactly. Yeah. Or, you know, and I could tell, because like I feel like I did this when I disclosed to my former mentor that I was a dominatrix, and she flipped the fuck out. Like, we think that there are these trusted people, but actually people are terrible, like, on the whole, and also really a big fan of rules. Like, so, you know, I could totally see a 16-year-old being like, I'm going to tell my English teacher, because it's always fucking, or the choir director, about their, like, their gender, and then, you know, being totally blindsided when that person is like, well, the law says. And like, every single time there's one of these news stories that's like, so-and-so went to the hospital, but when it was, when doctors noticed that, you know, X was happening, they had to wait until she was almost dead before they would perform the operation or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have to fucking, yeah, sure, the law says that, like, fine, but you don't need to follow it. Like, what are you doing? Like, or you know, when someone comes in with a miscarriage and a nurse calls the police, like,
yeah.
Oh, of course, the law. You could just not fucking do it.
Did you see that Twitter thread from that, maybe it was on Instagram. I saw it on Twitter. I think it was posted on another social media platform about that woman in Texas that had the miscarriage and now she's under investigation.
Oh my God, no, I didn't.
Oh my God, it's horrible. And like, I had to be like the asshole about it, right? It's like quote tweeted. I was like, I'm not going to like tell anyone not to tell their story. It's your right to tell your story. I support you for telling your story. But the way that you're framing this is like, you're going to change something. These people already considered cases like yours when they passed these laws. They do not give a flying fuck about you. Like, you cannot tug on the heartstrings of the heartless. You simply cannot. And it's like, people still have not fucking grasped that. And so many people are going to end up putting themselves in harm's way and becoming collateral damage because they literally think like, well, they passed an abortion ban because they want to save babies. But if I just tell you about how I had this like horrible miscarriage and almost
talk about babies,
then they'll change their minds. No, they're not going to change their minds. They already decided that you dying is worth this law.